funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The rain be looking like when blessings drop in. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Test. Let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? Good evening. Welcome to the podcast today. I am Urban. I don't know how to say this or how to really start this podcast off other than me just being real. Just me being straight up real. Can't be what's up with it. But yeah, I don't know how to start this podcast off. I just have to be real about this topic I'm talking about tonight, all right? Yeah, I just have to be real tonight, y'all. I done got into the point where I'm just really tired of Christian people or even religious people being so down judgmental. I really am. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it, for real. Do y'all know that it's real hard for a person like me to really express my, my beliefs and stuff, right? For the simple fact that if I really express my beliefs, that people going to immediately be judgmental about it. People going to be immediately judgmental about it, for real. They say, the devil always busy. I say. I say. But see, that's the thing about it though, is that my beliefs they changed dramatically. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't even know. I question a lot now, especially with religion. So I don't even consider myself as a Christian believer at all. Even though I used to be at one point in time. Like I always tell people, one, I used to, before I stopped on, be a part of, the Christian belief system, when I used to be a social pastor. And I used to be a social pastor. I used to, well, I'm being to like um, seminary school and everything. I know a lot about the Bible. I know a lot about Christian beliefs. I know a lot of things about what the average person don't know, and I know. You know, I know a lot of things that these Christian people, that the pastors and they bishops and all their prophets and evangelists and all stuff. I know that the stuff that they be teaching y'all, I know it be watered down because it be half truth. They don't teach y'all the full truth. They don't teach y'all the full history of things and nothing like that. Then on top of that, they brainwash people so much so that people just honestly believe that their one belief system is superior over everybody else. That's the crazy part about it. That's what's crazy about it. So it is to the point where I'm just really just tired of it. I'm just tired of it for real. Now I don't know what to consider myself. I know I'm not a Christian. I know for a fact I'm not. I don't consider myself as like, well, other people would call it, well, other people would call me being an atheist or whatever, but I don't even know if I'm even that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm more of a, just like I said, I'm more of an analytical person. I in order for you to convince to me that something is real, I have to like, it had to go beyond my senses and stuff, which is the seeing, the touching, the tasting, the smelling. It had to go beyond all that, where I could have unfreezable evidence that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then if I have that unrefutable evidence, then I'm cool. I'm sold with it. I'll be 100 with it. But just through my experiences and stuff, right? I don't. I'm just being real with y'all. I really haven't seen no type of evidence of a creator. I haven't seen no definitive evidence of a creator. I haven't seen no definitive evidence of a heaven or a hell. To be honest with you, I really haven't seen no definitive evidence of a devil or angels or demons or spirits, different things like that. I haven't seen no physical type of evidence. I haven't seen things that have manifested to me, you know what I'm saying, where I could undisputable agree with it, you know what I'm saying, and go along with it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that yet. I haven't had that type of experience. Now, prior to me, being, like sociopath stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them type of experiences I was previously having, like one point in time, I was seeing angels and seeing God and all stuff there. Come to a realization that all that was just a figment in my head. That was just my mind making up stuff. You know what I'm saying? But for us having a tangible manifestation of that, I haven't seen it. And I'm just gonna be honest, I just haven't. Just like how you can physically intangibly see me, right, as a person. You can see me. I'm interacting with you and everything. You know what I'm saying? There are other people who see me personally. They could see me and interact with me personally. They could believe that. They know that it's me. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, with my wife and my children and stuff like that. They could see the undisputable evidence that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? They could see me, they could touch me, they could interact with me, they could do all these different things with me and stuff, right? That I'm here until a certain amount of time, until I'm not here. Before it's the manifestation of the creator We call God the creator. We call God the creator, the most high God. Some of us call God Jehovah. Some of us call God a she. Some of us call God a it. Some of us call God the I am. Some of us call God Yah. Some of us call God Yahweh. All these different type of names or names that was derived from the term God. That's how we interact with the name of God. You know what I'm saying? But even still, there's no manifestation, honest manifestation of God, actual God. We don't know if God is a man. We don't know God is a woman. We don't know God is an alien from another planet. We don't know. All we know is of a book that was written. That's all we know, of a book or a story that was written. That's the only evidence that we got, and we take this book and we make this book immediate reality. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like, for example, with history and stuff, right? When we look at these different history books and stuff, right? We don't know that everything that happened in history is indisputable, that it really happened exactly that way. Even if it possibly did happen that way, there are going to be parts that was added onto it. It's going to be parts that's going to be taken away from it, meaning that it's going to be flaws in it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the concept about the Bible and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There are things about the Bible that have been added onto it. There's things been taken away from it. There all kind of stuff that's going on, but there's no type of indisputable evidence of the manifestation of God, the creator, or anything like that. No one on this planet have not actually had a manifestation interaction with God. No one, period. Now, some of y'all may say, well, I had an interaction with God in my mind. Yeah, I had an interaction with God in my dreams. Okay. But all this is based on, the interpretation of our mind. Our mind can manifest anything. Our mind can make us see things that really isn't there. But all it is part of our mind. Our mind is very, very creative. So, just like I say, I don't force the manifestation of the creator or God or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna be real, child. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, before I continue, let me read y'all comments. Yeah, you say I'm a believer, but I'm not a Christian. Christian people are the biggest hypocrites on the earth. That's what our bishop has told us. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They are, and you know the definition of a hypocrite. The definition of a hypocrite is to be an actor. When you look up the definition of hypocrite, if you look up the definition of hypocrite in the Bible and look up the Greek meaning of hypocrite, it means that they're actors on a stage play. Hence the reason why the Bible been interpreted so many different manifestations, where it was written in Greek and all these other different type of languages. That's why the King James version of the Bible is written in Shakespearean. See, people don't think about that. That's why the Bible is written in that Shakespearean language, because Shakespeare is a one stage writer. He write different plays and different things like that. So that's why they kept the King James version within that language for a long period of time, because it's acting. You just looking at a script. That's why they call the Bible scriptures, because it's a script. And then another part of it, they call it that because of scribes. The meaning of a scribe is just a person who's a one seer or a person who's creative. Or in other words, a scribe is a writer. All right, our bishop teaches us about how he started uh, his small church because his my bad. Our bishop teaches us about how he started his small church because he was a preacher. What they wanted him to preach, they wanted him to preach. He was not about telling everybody how to get rich. Okay, and that's how a lot of them do too. You know what I'm saying? Where when you begin to getting together, there's a one there's a from experience. And this is one of the things that led me away from the church and stuff too. Is that from experience, when you link together with a ministry or a denomination and stuff, right? They all follow the same type of pattern. There's a book out there called Certain Harmonies, right? And in this book of Certain Harmonies, this is the guidebook of every pastor have to follow this type of script. This is the reason why, if you like, say for example, you look at a person like TD Jakes, right? Creflo Dollar and stuff like that. Have you noticed that it'd be a moment of time where all of them would be preaching the same exact message, but it'd be in a different way? Have you ever wondered that? You tune in on Sunday like, oh man, Bishop T.D. Jakes is preaching about the resurrection of Jesus. Creflo Dollar is preaching about the resurrection of Jesus. Benny Hinn's teaching about the resurrection of Jesus. Have you ever wondered why they was doing that? Some people would say, man, it got to be the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit taught to me. No, it's not. No, it's not. What it really is that it's a one God that they call the Certain Harmonies, and they go through this certain book, and they link together and they go through this book like, okay, this is what we're gonna teach our congregation, and we are all gonna be in sync, talking about this same particular subject, and that's what they do. I had to do it. But one thing that you said that I do agree with you too, can be is that people are hypocrites. You know the worst people that I have ever dealt with was people who proclaim that they're Christians. Say that again. The worst people that I ever dealt with is some people who claim that they're Christians. I can't stand people who could proclaim that they're Christians. I really can't. I can't even stand being around them because they're so hypocritical of people. But at the same time, they is fake as hell. They'll sit up here and judge me because I don't go to church. Judge me because I don't believe in God how the way they believe in God. Sit up here literally talk down on me, ridicule me. Then at the same damn time, these people over here cussing people out. They talking down on people, acting like they better than people. These same people these same Christian people they your co-workers at work, they your family, they your friends and loved ones. Hell, that probably be the one person in the who's taking your order at McDonald's, but have the audacity to talk down on you. Why do you don't pray for your food? Why you don't pray for your food? Why do you pray for your food? That's the question I ask. Like, why do you do that? You don't trust the people who make your food? No, I don't know. So you don't trust yourself, even though you the one you took the time and effort to prepare this meal that you took the time and effort to do, or your wife or significant other took the time to do. You mean to tell me you don't trust them? Mm. It may have bacteria and disease. Everything that we deal with has bacteria. Hell, this bottle down I'm drinking right now, bacteria. The water, bacteria. But it's something that's called science and stuff, right? Our bodies is designed to handle certain levels of bacteria and germs because it was already designed and built that way. So you mean to tell me that we don't trust our natural bodies to do what they need to do? And even if you don't trust that, whose problem is that? That is you who's not taking care of your body, right? For it to be that unimmune to, these different type of bacteria and germs that manifest into your body, right? So it's not necessarily just the food, it's you. But yet we sit up here being judged and stuff. Now I told y'all that I had went to church for the first time in I don't know how long. I think it been years. I think it's been like over like 7 years, probably longer than that. Me actually finally going back to church, and I went to church because Mrs. Urban wanted to go to church on Easter Sunday because it was something that she haven't did in a long time. And of course, you know what I'm saying, me being a husband, I oblige it, you know what I'm saying, I did it. Not because she forced me to go, because she don't force me to do anything. She didn't force me to go. I went there because I wanted to, support, what I'm saying, my wife and let her know that even though we have a difference of opinion, especially dealing with, the church and religion, stuff like that, I'm always going to support her no matter what. So, we went there. And when we went to this church and stuff, right, I ain't going to lie, I felt just totally out of place. Now, the whole, like, worship experience and stuff, like for us, the music stuff, is fine. I enjoy listening to, certain music and stuff because, I'm a DJ. But I mean, I enjoy that. But the whole part of the sermon and the whole movement of the ministry, I was just looking at it, I was like, man, I have been there before. I done been there before. And I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. When that dude started preaching and stuff, right, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I fell asleep. I have fell asleep on that dude for real. Because the stuff that dude was talking about, it wasn't in a disrespectful way. It was like a mutty thing and stuff, right? Because remember, that was the same night that I had on DJ for y'all that night and stuff too. So I was already tired and stuff, right? After I did my DJing and stuff, right? And so I had to get up early in the morning so we can make it to the earliest service as possible, stuff, right? So that means that we had to get up extremely early to get the kids ready for church and all the stuff there. Y'all know how this being parents. So I was extremely tired. So got there and I'm just I'm out of it. Then like I said, the music is cool. But when we get to the preacher part, I'm like, oh my God, this dude is so boring. Then the thing that he was talking about, I was like, oh my God, I know these people's not following for what this dude is saying. Of course, on Easter Sunday, they love to incorporate how they try to incorporate Easter into, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. How they do this, I have absolutely no idea because Easter and the resurrection is two totally different things. Two totally different things. But this preacher tried to do his best to incorporate both of them into the two. And the things that he was talking about, it didn't make no sense. Even though he tried to tie it all together in the Bible, it did not make no sense whatsoever. And I was like, but yet it's still, the people there that was jumping up and down, that was praising, the preacher. Go, preacher, go. You're teaching us today. We're learning so much. But lo and behold, they don't know that dude's sitting up here deceiving the hell out of them. And that's what I'm talking about though, is that when you my expectations is that if you're under a leadership position and stuff, right, and you're leading people, I believe that a leader should be as trustworthy as possible, and a leader should be as truthful as possible to the best of his ability or the best of her ability. Now, I know in some situations that, you may want to withhold certain information. And the only reason why you possibly want to do that because this type of information may end up making or breaking someone. That's understandable. I get that. That's part of being in leadership. But when you literally sit up here preaching and deceiving people, and you know it's wrong, and you don't care, then that's when I have a problem with that. That's when I have a problem with that. Then have the audacity to have, school to teach these people the same belief, not the truth, not what's really is, but what you want them to believe. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that that's been part of a cult. I honestly believe that that's part of being a cult. If you can't walk up to your pastor or your bishop or your overseer or your prophetess or prophet or whatever, if you can't walk up to them and honestly, not only ask them questions about your belief, but challenge them on certain things that they say, and see if it's real accurate based on, your personal studies on it. If you can't do that, then my brothers and sisters, you're part of a cult. Because it's either their way or the highway. And that was my experience when I was in ministry. It was either that pastor way or the highway. Then another thing too is that when you learn about religion, right? If you truthfully want to be a student of religion or if you truthfully want to be a student or really want to learn about, if you're trying to learn about God and stuff, right? If you truly want to learn about it, right? You should do that, to be honest with you. You should put forth your effort in learning on your own. Meaning that wherever path you want to take, like my path is that. I was taught about religion ever since I was little. So I was born into it. I was born into two different type of religious systems. Then eventually when I became a teenager, I was out doing many sermons and stuff like that in Sunday school or Sabbath school and stuff like that, doing many teachings until I became an adult and started teaching the same thing. So I was born into this. But even by me being born into this, it took me as an adult to still learn about the different things about religion, how the way religion operates. And I'm talking about all of it. I'm not just talking about Christianity. I'm talking about all of it. Every possible religious system that is out there. I'm talking about all of it. Sour Patch, what's up with it? But I had to learn all that. A matter of fact, what drove me to learn about all this is because at one point in time, this when I was under a ministry and stuff, right? This pastor or overseer kept reiterating over and over again about how wicked people who worship the devil and stuff like that, how wicked they are. Then this pastor overseer kept reiterating about we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that, you could do this, you do that, you listen to this, can't listen to this music because it's secular music, all these different type of things and stuff, right? So it started growing a red flag for me. Like, I'm like, well, why? Then one day I challenged them and asked, like, well, why we can't do this? What's the reason? Oh, because God says so. Okay, where did God say that? Then this pastor started sharing different scriptures, right? But the scriptures did not answer the question. All it was doing this was like a form of a manipulation tactic to try to put certain keywords together. They call this technique, I know y'all done heard this before. They call this technique precept upon precept, line by line. Here a little, there a little. Which that is part of scripture. I believe that's in Proverbs, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what they get that from. Precept upon precept, line by line. Here a little, there a little. Meaning that this type of technique is that they take certain keywords, like say for example, they'll take the word love, right? And research every little word of love in a sentence within the whole Bible and try to connect it together and saying that this is the infallible word of God manifesting itself saying these things about love, and it's all connecting together. But that is not true because love could be used in different ways in a sentence. Love can have a totally different meaning depending on how it's being used in a sentence. So you cannot make everything be used the same exact way. That's just like using the. Let me give y'all another example. That's like using the term bad, right? If we use the term bad normally, right? Bad means something terrible, something that's not good. But if you use bad in a sentence and use it as a slang, bad means good. But you wouldn't know that if you taking it out of context. You think bad is bad in everything, and that's what they do. Well, at least that's what they taught us to do, and to just assume that people is just going to listen to you and believe it, which people do in most cases, especially people who don't want to take the time out and learn about the Bible. They want somebody to give it to them instead of them going out on their own and learning on their own. Hence the whole point when I'm talking about being part of a cult. So when I realized these things, and I realized that I was doing this to people, right? And on top of that, using the Bible is also a form of psychology too. I don't know if y'all know this. When I was in when I was in seminary school, one of the main subjects that we had to take was psychology, because we understood that psychology deals with the mind. If we can manipulate the person's mind and also manipulate the Bible and these verses, stuff like that, we could get people to do whatever the hell we want them to do. and believe what we want them to believe. No cap. And I'm being honest with y'all. A lot of these preachers and pastors who are doing this still to this day. But when I realize all that stuff, right, and I realized that all along I was part of a clique that I'm supposed to be loyal to, and I realized that the things that they was doing was wrong. Guess what happened? I decided to leave, and guess what? They started saying that I done backslid. They said God was going to deal with me. They said that God was going to curse me and my family and my loved ones and everyone who's around me. These are Christian people, by the way, who are saying this. They have preached sermons about me. These are the people, Christian people, who say that they love you. They preach on sermons about me. Said I done backslid. They manipulated my my family and stuff against me. Not my immediate family, but like brothers and sisters and cousins, manipulate them against me. To say that I'm the bad guy. All because I made a choice and I started saying the truth. Or basically my truth. And the thing about it is that after when I questioned all this stuff like that, I didn't care well if they wanted to still rock on and do what they want to do. If they still want to do that, if they still want to manipulate people and be part of this meeting, I didn't care because that's on them. It don't have nothing to do with me. But I made the choice to get up out of that. And that's all I wanted, is just to free myself from that. But with the price of freedom, it comes all this separation. It comes you losing people. It comes people looking at you differently and everything. Me and Mrs. Urban, right? One day we was at the clothing store, right? And I was looking for a dress shirt and stuff, right? And so this dude walked up to me, and he was a salesman, and I knew without a shadow of doubt that this dude was in some part of a ministry, because like I say, I've been in it so long that I could spot people who are part of ministry, the straight up. I could tell by their mannerism, I could tell how the way they act, and most of all, I could tell by how the way they talk. And I knew that this dude was part of some type of ministry. Either he was a deacon, pastor, or some type of minister. This is about way he talked. So he approached us and stuff, right? And he was helping me, saying, pick out the right size of a shirt, which I already knew the size of the shirt that I wore. But, that's that. But he was doing all this stuff. The next thing you know, and I knew it was coming to it. I knew it was coming. This dude say, so picking out a dress shirt so you can want to go to church. I looked at that dude, Mrs. Urban looked at the dude. I was like, nope. Then he got quiet. Oh, then guess what? Y'all know what he gonna say next, right? Well, are you part of a church home? And I look at that dude like, nah, I ain't part of no church or anything like that. And immediately, that dude seen that as a red flag to try to judge me, to try to get me to come to his church. God said about the church that we have to be together as a family and stuff like that and stuff, by being a church and blah 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 and trying to sell me to go to the church. I like, bro. You sitting up here talking about, coming to a building. You talking about coming to a building, right? Well, that's where we all fellowship at. Blah, blah, blah. I like, bro. Look, I honestly not trying to have this conversation with you. I'm just trying to get a shirt and get up out of here. But if you want to go there with me, I will give you that smoke. So since you talking about this and stuff, right? Since you talking about a building, is it not also written in y'all Bible, not mine, but y'all Bible, is it not written that we are the body of Christ, not the building, but we are the body of Christ? So what we're doing right now is technically us in church. That's technically what we're doing right now. By us interacting with each other, that's what we're doing. The dude got quiet. Then Mrs. Zerber looked at me like why? Because she know. But it's these type of interactions that I have with Christian people. It does get redundant and it gets on my nerves. That I get so tired of it. Cole, what's up? It's been a while. But I just get so tired of it. I get so fed up with it. So just like on my post right now, I literally do not subscribe to Christianity, period. I'm considered as a non-Christian. That's my belief. Am I an atheist? I don't know. Because just like I said in the beginning, right? Now, if I can prove that God, the Most High God, the Creator, Yah, I am, if I could prove without a shadow of doubt that he or she exists, literally manifests itself and exists, then yes, I will most definitely believe. Most definitely, without a shadow of doubt, because I am a logical person. Just like I stated right now, those of y'all who tune in right now, I said this earlier, I'm going to say it again. Just like how y'all see me right now, this is without doubt undeniable proof that I am existing right now because you see me. You see me interacting with you. If you were to be in my vicinity or in my area or even in my city, you will see me. You'll literally see me. You will see me. You'll see me and you'll be interacting with me and everything. So by you knowing that, you know without a shadow of doubt that Urban exists, that I'm here. Until the time that I'm no longer existing. But however, with God, right, just like I say, and I'm waiting on somebody to prove me wrong on this, but with God, no one have not physically seen God, the Creator, or any like that. Now I'm talking about the physical manifestation. I'm not talking about people sitting up here going around and saying, well, I got the Spirit of God in me. I got the Holy Spirit in me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally. Because according to the religious belief system, that God is a separate entity on his own. Not something that is in you, but is a separate entity in his own, according to the belief system. So therefore, if it's a separate entity, then therefore it should be a point of time where you see this manifestation of this entity sometime in your life. And I'm not talking about for as you seeing them in dreams or you daydreaming. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally, just like how you see me right now, literally. No one have not seen the actual manifestation of the creator or God or anything like that. Now I know that when I was a associate pastor, I used to teach my congregation this when we used to raise questions about this, right? And I know one scapegoat was this. We used to tell people this all the time when people start questioning about that. Like, we'll tell them, well, no one can look at God. If you were to look at God, you'll become blind, just like what happened to Saul, who turned to Paul in Tarsus. He was on the road to Damascus, and the manifestation of the Christ Jesus appeared before him and blinded him. And so, do you want that to happen to you? Nah. They will refer people back to the Old Testament when Moses instructed the children of Israel to build the tabernacle. And the only people who could go into the actual tabernacle, into the Holy of Holies, right, were the Levite priests. But even then, that should make you think about that and stuff, right? Like, hold up, okay, so why is it only a certain type of people could see God, but none of us can see God? So what's wrong with this picture? So you mean to tell me that God created us in he or she likeness and stuff, right? And also God say that he love us stuff, right? But he don't love us enough where we can't physically see God. You only have only a select amount of people to see God. But God say that he love us. That's like me being a father and telling my children that only you and you could see me. The rest of y'all can't see me no more. No. You just have to believe that I'm here. I mean, make that make sense, y'all. Imagine you telling your children that. Those of y'all who have children. Even if you don't have children, well, if you have like young cousins or whatever, even if you're in a relationship, period. Just imagine telling your significant other that. The only person that can want to see me is your mama and your daddy. But you can't see me. You have to believe that I'm there, but you can't see me. Okay? And the only persons I'm going to give evidence that I'm there is your mama and daddy, because they're going to interact with me. They're going to do things. We're going to be going back and forth. But you got to believe that I'm here, okay? And you sitting there at your house alone, in your home alone, hoping and believing that your significant other is there, but they're not there to literally interact with you. Then imagine them, the only means of conversation you have with them is for you to go and ask them for something, which is what we call prayer. There's one time you interact with them, and so you pick up either a device or this mobile device or whatever stuff, right? You pick it up and you're talking to them, right? And all you hear is allegedly a voice, but you don't know if it's them for real, It could be somebody else on the other end of the line. But you don't know. But that's part of the belief system that I question. Because when I start thinking about it from a logical perspective, I start questioning. I'm like, this don't make any sense. If God truly say he or she or wherever it is say that they love me, why are you separating yourself from me? Why you have this like narcissistic personality disorder where I got to do all these things you want me to do in order to prove that I love you? That sounds like a narcissist to me. That I got to do all these things. I have to go and give you an offering. Give you in these days, I have to sit up here, give money to another man or woman where they could do whatever the hell they want to with the money that I done work hard to get. To give to another man so they could allegedly give it to you. That doesn't make any sense to me when I could directly just give it to you myself. What sense that makes? When I could just skip the middleman, it just directly hand it to you myself. That's like me, Sour Patch in here right now. That's Riri, by the way, y'all. I gave her a new name. But on Sour Patch, she ain't here right now. That's like me saying, happy birthday, Sour Patch. I'm going to give you a gift. But in order for me to give you the gift, I'm gonna pass the gift to Cold Pepsi, and Cold Pepsi gonna pass the gift to Can B to give it to you. And now Sour Patch is gonna be scratching her head like, hold up, won't you just give it to me yourself? No, because I want you to believe that it's gonna happen, okay? I want you to believe it's gonna happen. And this is how the way I want you to believe it's gonna happen, that we're gonna go through this whole process. And you don't even know for sure that it's going to eventually make it to you. You don't know if Cold Pepsi or Can be going to keep it for themselves and use it for wherever they purpose they're going to use it for. You don't know. You don't know. But you believe in, or as they say, having faith. Instead of doing the common sense thing, which is go directly to the source. Do y'all know this is the reason why they had changed the story in the Old Testament in the Bible too? Put y'all on some game too about theology, all right? Do y'all know that's the reason why they changed the story in the Old Testament? Where first in the Old Testament, the children of Israel they had to go through all these different sources to finally get to God, right? They had to go through Moses. They had to go through Aaron. They had to go through Joshua. They had to go through the Levi priests and all these different things just for offering to go all the way up to God and stuff, right? So they changed the story and added what y'all know right now, Jesus, right? Those of you who call Jesus, Jesus. They added their story to cut a lot of them moving parts away. So they added Jesus to cut all these moving parts away, where instead of you going through all these middlemans, right? Now all you have to do is go through Jesus. This is the reason why Jesus said the only way you could get to the Father is through me. Well, allegedly in that Bible. It's because they cut all their source. Now they say, look, this is way too complicated. Let's just do this right here in the story. We're just gonna just have people just go through this source. And so that was the reason why the synoptic gospel was having Jesus Christ as being the middleman once again. then guess what? The writers of the other book say, hell no, this we're not finna do this. We're gonna go back to the original thing. So this is the reason why they end up killing the main character, Jesus, out of that story and went back to the old way, which is now what we doing right, what y'all doing right now, and is going through the bishop, and they led that off with who? Jesus' disciples. And it was through Jesus' disciples who started that tradition right back up again, where you have to go through all these different sources to get to the one, the creator. And they start giving themselves titles. Jesus never gave them titles like Peter and all them. Jesus didn't give them titles to say that they was bishops or nothing like that. He didn't do that. They did that. They manifested that. To call themselves apostles and all this stuff there. That stuff didn't happen till after. So they once again started that process all over again. And hence, this is right now into the modern day why you do what you do, where you have to go through the middleman again. Where in these modern days you have to go through the pastor or the bishop or the whatever, because they want to keep you in that state of need, that you need someone, that you need a middleman source. Want to keep you in a state of dependence instead of being independent and thinking freely. And that was the point that I had got to, where I had freed myself. I freed myself from being dependent when I started thinking independently. Thank y'all so much for thumbs down the video. It helps with the algorithm. But I free myself independently because it didn't make sense to me to have to go through all these sources just to have a relationship with God. Then on top of that, the sources I had to go through, these people was screwed up in a way. They was judgmental. Some of them was crazy as hell. Others was narcissistic as hell. And just like I say, the moment when I made a decision and start thinking on my own, it's when everybody started turning on me. Family, friends, loved ones, people who say that they was cool with me. Christian people. That even to this day, I be judged. And the crazy part is that I don't judge them. I don't. Like even right now, those of you who proclaim that you're, are Christians or, whatever stuff, I don't judge y'all. I tell y'all the truth about y'all religion, but I don't judge y'all. I don't say that if you don't believe what I'm saying, God is going to get you and you're going to go to hell. That's what people tell me all the time. You're going to go to hell. God is never going to bless you ever. You ain't going to make it to heaven. We're going to be in heaven that's happy and being joyless and everything. And you're going to be sitting up here wishing you could get into the pearly gates. But guess what? We're going to be looking on the other side of the gate. We're going to be sad. Some of us may be crying. But at the same time, we're going to be like, we told you so. Yes, people have told me that. And even while right now to this day, I'm still dealing with the same old bullshit every single day. Christian people, being judgmental. All because I don't believe what they believe in. I don't see a creator how they see a creator. All I see is just manipulation and control. That's all I see. And using their religion as a scapegoat for bad behavior. That's what I see too. No, Zon, even right now, as me being a content creator, I see people all the time judging people based on what they believe in, thinking that they're better than people, especially Christian people, thinking that they're so better than everyone. But think about it. I don't think I'm better than no one. I'm just me. I don't think I'm better than no one or nothing like that. Now I do believe that we do have certain level of skills and talent that separates us to make us unique, because that's evidence of that. Because there are certain skills and talents that I know about that some of y'all aren't good at all. Likewise, there are certain skills and talent that you're good at that I'm not good at all. But that's what makes us unique as humans. But yet still, I wouldn't judge you about that. Like, yeah, I'm better than you because of this, and that. So I'm gonna judge you, and I'm better than you. You're gonna go to hell. Please. Oh, Cole Pepsi said. Cole Pepsi said, but if they say they are Christians, their rule is to not judge. Facts. That's what they say. They say judge ye not. Even their Bible teach them not to judge. But at the same time, the Bible do contradict itself about judging. Which this brings me back to my point about what I was saying about Jesus earlier, how they changed the character Jesus. Because it was originally the character Jesus that said that, right? To don't do all that judging, because he was saying that in the book of Matthew. Because he was speaking to the Pharisees and Sadducees about that. Because guess what? Them religious people was judging him because he wasn't following the system of organized religion that they done put together. He was doing things totally different. Now, keep in mind, once again, like I told you, in the Old Testament stuff, it was a certain religious system. Then they developed this character of Jesus. Then they were killing off this character of Jesus. Because he was sitting up here defiling the original system that they had put together, which it was a system of control. Let's keep it a buck. So he was teaching that. That's why after when they crucified Jesus in that Bible and stuff, right? That's why they like I said, they went to resort back into the original system. And in that original system, it's in I believe it was Paul who switched. Was it no Peter? It was in First Peter, where they switch it around and say that you're supposed to you can give righteous judgment. Like, yeah, it's okay to give righteous judgment, you know what I'm saying? And their definition of righteous judgment is anything that lines up with whatever that book is talking about. They can use that as leverage to say that if you're not following these set of guidelines or rules or regulation according to this book, that I can judge you based on that. That's what they're talking about. So whenever you hear people talking about righteous judgment, that's what they're talking about. So yeah, they like to say it contradicts itself, but they like to say it contradicts itself because they wanted to change it again. Because they don't want you to be a free thinker. Because to be honest with you, the whole character of Jesus was inspiring people to be free thinkers. It was inspiring people to go directly to the source, which you didn't have to have no middleman. You just go directly to the source. If you believe in God, all you had to do is go directly to God for wherever it is. And that was the whole point of the synoptic gospel of what Jesus was teaching. To go directly to the source. You don't need to do all this extra stuff. Like they was doing all kind of stuff. They was up here doing rituals and all kind of stuff. But he was showing them that, man, you don't have to do none of this stuff. The Sabbath, fuck the Sabbath. You don't have to do that. Basically what he was saying, fuck the Sabbath. You don't have to do that. Just simply do this. This is just all about just taking care of people. That's having compassion for people. That was the whole point of it. But the one writer's like, oh no, let's go and kill this character off. Because we don't want people to be that free, okay? So they killed that dude off and then resorted right back to the original system. Is which a lot of us are dealing with right now. So to be honest with y'all, how the way I see people being like free thinkers and stuff, if I were to follow the gospel and stuff, the gospel of Jesus Christ, I would say that people who are free thinkers is exactly operating Christ-like. Where you're free and you understand that you don't have to do all these extra stuff to prove that you love God or to prove that you love people. It just is. Like say for example, you say that you love your significant other, right? Is it better for you to say that you love that person, or is it better for your actions speak louder than the words? Which one is it? Is it better for you to say it, or is it better for your actions to speak louder than your words? I believe it's better for your actions to say it all. Because you can say you love a person all day long. But if your actions don't match up with what you say, then it don't mean nothing. It's meaningless. And just like can be pointed out earlier, it means that you're just being a hypocrite. You're lying. I can tell my wife all day long, hey, I love you, 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 I love you. But if I'm not manifesting that into action where she could physically see me doing it, and I'm doing different acts to show to her that I'm doing it, then that's different. Which that brings me to back what I'm saying about the Creator. Now, if God say that, he truly love us, right? Then what is wrong with God showing that action that he loves us? What is wrong with God manifesting he or she or wherever self and let us know without a shadow of doubt that he or she exists? What is wrong with that? What is hard about that? Not through no person, not through no teacher, no bishop, not even through me. Literally manifests itself to how the way he or she's supposed to be. It could be a beam, it could be energy. I don't know. I don't care. What is wrong with that? If he or she, whatever it is, say that they truly love us. Because it's based on action, not words. That I'm being real, child. That book, that Bible, whatever you want to call it, that's words. It's not actions. It's only words. Then on top of that, it's words based on interpretation because them words been interpreted so many times. They're being translated and transliterated so many times that it's unbelievable. And on top of that, there are even new versions of it coming out every single month. So I don't, if that be the case, I don't want to hear words. I want to see the action. That's the only way that people will truly see that you love them is by action. Fellas, this is why it's so easy where this is why it's so easy for a woman to truly fall in love with a man. It's not by what he says, it's by what he do. This is why it's so easy for a man could do something as simply as give a woman certain gifts like some flowers or some candy, or to walk up to that woman and slap her on the butt, and you don't ever say nothing to her. I do this to Mr. Urban all the time, by the way. I don't say nothing to her. I just walk up and slap her on the butt and walk on. And she'll look at me and smile and laugh. But to her, that physical action is a form of expression of love. And ladies, it's the same thing with us. Just by doing a simple action of just saying, hey, babe, I'm proud of you. I know you're working hard, you're doing what you're doing, but I'm so proud of you. You give us a kiss. That simple action goes way further than just saying words and not doing nothing. That action of, hey, babe, I know you're on your way home and stuff like that, but don't stop and get nothing to eat. I already cooked something for you because I know you're tired, but I got you. That simple action goes a long way versus those words. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just, to be honest, I'm just waiting on the action part. And I'm tired of hearing the words. That's what it's boiling down with me, is that I'm tired of hearing the words. I'm tired of hearing people say this, say that about God. I'm tired of people preaching about God. I'm tired of people teaching about God. I'm tired of it. I'm seeing right now that a lot of us, where we're entering into an era now where, I ain't lying, we're doing some wicked ass stuff for real. It's wickedness for real. My wife was just telling me earlier that today these cheerleaders and stuff, right? These teenage cheerleaders and stuff, right? That was in a car, right? And this dude approached the car. I guess he was a younger man or whatever, right? Approached that car. He was trying to shoot a shot, but wanted to shoot his shot with one of the cheerleaders. Cheerleader rejected him, right? The dude got so mad that his pride and ego got messed up, is that he pulled out the gun and started shooting up that car at these cheerleading girls. And this was their last year of school, seniors. And she's telling me that one of them is fighting for her life right now, and she done got a scholarship to Baylor and stuff. Just got a scholarship to Baylor and everything, and now she's fighting for her life. All because this dude got rejected and opened his feelings. But we're living in a time of wickedness and stuff for real. It is. I don't know if y'all been noticing this, but it's like a free for all now. Well, it'll seem like people's mind is really just getting messed up now, where people just doing stuff now. Even on YouTube right now. Now I know that well, whenever I do my live stuff, I know I do stuff and I say stuff that is controversial as hell. I know I do it. I know I do stuff for clout. I know I do. I know. Sometimes I even troll. I know I do. But even there, it become a fine line for me to do it because I don't know where people mind is at. Because just like I was telling y'all on one of my podcasts, did I tell y'all my podcast? Yeah. Either my podcast or my community wall, wherever I said it, I like, look, y'all, do not take what these people are saying, these content creators, as face value, because at the end of the day, everyone is an actor on here. This is not real. But people honestly believe that this stuff is real. And so they'll take it as face value and they'll take it as real. And guess what? They'll take it as being so much real that they'll literally will do something to you. They'll try to pull up to your house. They'll try to call up your job and all kind of crazy stuff. Because in their mind is so warped, thinking that this stuff is so real that they want to manifest it. I done read stories where content creators then got into trouble and they life got ended because somebody pulled up on them. But all in all this stuff is fake. It's like watching a movie. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we in this time where we dealing with wicked stuff. And people's mind is starting to get messed up for real. Where they lose a sight of what's reality and what's fake. Where everything being warped together, where it's like everything is a reality, but it's not. And so there are certain things that I would do, the straddle the fist. And there's certain things I'll just push back like, nah, I don't want to go that far. But even then, with all this stuff happening, stuff on you, this still have me questioning about, even like I say, even about God. All these examples I gave y'all. Where's God at in the mix with all these things? Them girls didn't deserve what happened to them. That content creator who got murdered didn't deserve that to happen to him. There are one children right now who either been molested, been dealt with either the R word, not only children but women and men. They didn't deserve that. But where's God at in all this? Where's the creator? I mean, where's he at? Or she at? Christian people tell me all the time. People tell me all the time. Christian people tell me all the time that, well, God is not going to intervene and in our affairs, because if he's doing that, then that means that he's showing favor. But at the same time, these same people preaches that favor is not fair. They preach the prosperity gospel, saying that if you give to God, that he's going to give to you. Shake down, press it, the cup ran over. Then at the same time, they preach things that say, "Don't touch my anointed." These are people that went through all these situations, these horrific situations that they didn't even deserve. Was they not anointed? Or is this like a exclusive club, like I stated earlier about the Levite priests and stuff like that? Is that like an exclusive club or what? What's up with that? What's up with it? So where's God at in all this? I heard people say this too, and I think this is the most diabolical and wicked thing that a Christian person could say. But I hear him saying it all the time. Man, I can't wait till God come back and clean all this stuff up. God come back and clean all this stuff up and deal with these people and stuff as though as they the one who's perfect and stuff. As though as they never did anything to people themselves. Can't wait till God come back and clean all this stuff up. Can't wait till God come back and end it all. Like, bro, you now want God to come and do a massive suicide to everybody. That's basically what you're saying. Want God to come back and destroy everybody. Can't wait till God come back and just destroy all this. and they be thinking that it's just and righteous. Like, bro, that's crazy. See, I'm the type of person that I don't wish harm on people, especially my enemies. I don't wish harm on them. But if they end up doing things to cause harm on them, then I'll have sympathy and empathy for it. But at the same time, like, well, you shouldn't have did that. That's how the way I am. That's just how I am. But for me to sit up here and say, God, I'm sitting there, God, I want to pray right now that I want you to take care of my enemies. I want you to smite them. Not kill them, smite them. Make them pay. That is crazy. Matter of fact, that is the equivalent of what the Bible say, putting a curse on someone. Do y'all know when you say something like that, you pray to God about your enemies and stuff like that? Do you know that's the equivalency of doing the voodoo curse on someone? You might as well go and put out a voodoo doll and get a strain of that person, her in a picture of them, and bury it, because that's exactly what you're doing, but you're just doing it in a different way. I remember hearing the pastor sit up here talk about people and stuff, right? Say, yeah, you got your enemies and stuff, right? So what we're gonna do? We're gonna pray against your enemies. So I'm gonna anoint you with oil, and I want you to come up to this altar and stuff, right? I want you to anoint your enemies. I want you to anoint your head, and we're gonna talk about your enemies. And I want you to give an offering. That is the exact same thing what people do who believe in voodoo, who believe in as Christian people call witchcraft. They do the same exact thing. So what's the difference between the two? None. Other than one is Christianity and the other one is, whatever belief it is, hoodoo. But it's the same exact concept. And I'm not supposed to question that. I'm not supposed to say, hey man, y'all practicing witchcraft there. No, we're not. We're giving the blood of Jesus Christ and we're anointing it. But just like I say, this is the reason why I question all that. And this is the reason why I got away from all that. And also, those of y'all who follow me and stuff, right? I don't judge people where, who they believe, well, if you believe in God or not, well, if you Christian or if you atheist. I'm cool with everybody, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. You believe whatever the hell you want to believe. You believe in the damn duck as far as I'm concerned. You believe in Howard the Duck as far as I'm concerned. I don't care. I ain't tripping. But the only problem that I have is when people try to infringe my beliefs into theirs to say that their beliefs is more superior than mine. That's when I have a problem. And that's what I've been dealing with, y'all. Exactly what I've been dealing with. I don't know if I'm by myself on this, dealing with this, y'all. I don't know if I'm alone. If I am, then it just is what it is. But I just wanted to share this with y'all tonight on this podcast. That's my experience of dealing with this. And to show y'all, some of my experience, or me who used to be a part of the Christian ministry, and just letting y'all know that it's a lot that I know. It's more than that I know. I just don't share it with people, because if I really start going deep and really start talking to people about some stuff like really deep, then I'm not guaranteed that um, people will hear this. And I guarantee that they'll end up denouncing their faith for real, like for real, for real. And I don't want there's just something I just don't want to happen. I don't want me to cause people to not believe in what it is they don't believe in. You know what I'm saying? These just my personal beliefs that I believe in. So that's why in most cases I keep all this to myself, because I know how this stuff that I know how powerful it can be. Just like what the Bible say, it can be a blessing or it be a curse, and I learned that the hard way. That can either be a blessing or a curse to people, and so that's why I only share certain stuff. So, but let me see this. Cole Pepsi said this. Well, you just keep being the great person that you are, and let them continue passing judgment. Yeah, facts, facts. That's what I'm gonna do. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Yes, we study in that Bible study. Yep, yep. And you just want to keep doing what you're doing. That's what it can be. One thing I can encourage you to do is always be curious. You're always supposed to be curious as a child, to want to learn more and more about what you believe in, and then furthermore to understand why you believe. I believe that should be the question for everyone, whatever belief system that you believe in, that you should always ask the question: why do I believe in this? What is the real reason why I believe in this? And it shouldn't be because, oh, I would just talk this because I was young and I just went along with it. It shouldn't be that way. You should have a definitive answer for that. If you don't have no definitive answer for that, then I would challenge you to find that answer of why. Why do you believe in what you believe? Whatever it is, no matter what it is. Like with me personally, I could tell you exactly why I believe in what I believe in. Sure can. But I just That's one thing I'll leave with you on this podcast, is that if you don't have a definitive answer of why, that I'll leave you this to that you need to find out that why. And they got to be more than because you grew up to it, or you just mimicking what everybody else is doing and you feel that is right. Yeah, facts. Yeah, appreciate that. But other than that, y'all, that's all I have for this podcast. On this particular podcast, I hope that my particular story that I was on share with y'all with my personal life for dealing with this. I hope it just give y'all a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's not designed to judge these people who are judging me, or to put them on the spot, but it's just to simply give y'all a different perspective about what I go through every single day. Every single day, y'all. No matter what, because like I say, it's Christian people everywhere. So I got Christian coworkers, and you know, so it is what it is. So thank y'all so much for tuning into this podcast. And I'll go live again when I don't know, but that's why I encourage you to set your notifications for when I do go live. Then you'll know. All right. So um, make sure you set your notifications for that, and also don't forget to tune in to the this Saturdays on Saturday nights. If you're interested in that, by all means, you can come and pull up on that. And I'm committed to giving that show for y'all. So, other than that, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all again on the next episode. All right, you have a great night. Peace out, y'all.